Don't really want to go out there now, to tell you the truth. But unfortunately, go out we have to. This could be a very, very bad morning now. Very bad morning. We had some thunder and lightning last night. I've never seen the best of it. There could be calves, whalings, everywhere. Well, I'm just out behind my house now. There's some up there anyway, and they're supposed to be there. But where are the rest of them? Crisis averted. There they are. Oh jeez, look, all my camera's all fogging up and everything. Now only another 4 groups to go look at. Oh Jesus. And it's lashing rain. So far so good. They're all where they're supposed to be. Actually, I still have another 2 groups to see. What am I saying? So no, yeah, so far so good. These are all where they're supposed to be. These are the ones in the hill farm. They'll all need a shift now tomorrow. But because things are going to start getting mucky now, utilisation of grass is going to be shy from now on. But however, we had a good spell. There's a good shot of rain there every day now going forward, so the party's over, as they say. But look, not too bad. Look, we were getting a week out of each of these paddocks. If we went back to 4 or 5 days, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 paddocks to graze. So 13 by 4 is 52 days. That would bring us to about the 12th of December. Oh no, 22nd of December. So we'd actually be able to leave some for the spring, which would be ideal. My plan on this farm is to keep cattle at grass until about the 10th of December. Go on to the forage dry then, and back onto grass then about the 10th of February. That's the plan on that. Well, it's getting a bit mucky around these feeders now. But look at, that's the joy of it. Oh, Jesus, it's getting very mucky. But anyway, it's only a small patch. In a way, it's a bad thing and a good thing about these feeders. If you had trucks there now, right, you'd have a big patch all wrecked. Because you need, like, there's the guts of 100 heifers there, well, there's 70, 78 or 80 or something. So you'd need at least 2 condensed feeders, or you'd need 5 or 6 single trucks, and they take up a lot of space. So you'd have a big patch reddened. Actually, whereas with these you only have a small patch reddened, so, but it's extra reddened. But look, that's the joy of it. So it's after drying up now again, actually, so it's not too bad. Someone was asking about my Swazi coat. I'm not going to say everyone should go and buy them, because they are a treat. They are a treat, they're not cheap, but by God, they're some job, lad. Oh, it's like being wrapped up in a dressing gown or something. But are you liking the rain, girls? Not so much? You wagoos now wouldn't be bred for this hardship, you wouldn't. But anyway, no fair. Right, get on. I've 3 groups seen, and there's another 2 to see, but I think the other 2 will be safe out because they actually had shelter where they are. But yeah, the party's over in terms of grazing for the year. We're still going to have cattle out for, there'll be no whalings going in the next 3 weeks anyway, because we don't really have anywhere to put them anyway. But they won't be going in there because there's too much grass, and I don't want to go in leaving a whole load of grass. I have a plan for this place, across the road, again as we call it. That's going to be finished there in about 2.5, 3 weeks time, just in time for when the bulls go. They'll be going in where the bulls come out of. Home farm. That's a little bit up in the air now. That probably won't get all the grass grazed, and there's a field of forage right there to graze. So that's one place now we're going to struggle to get cleaned out, but that's very dry. So look, I'd keep that for... It's very dry, but it's not very sheltered, so it's not really ideal for spring grazing. But look, we'll see. Up here, they'll be on grass, then going to forage right back on the grass. The bridge farm, they have enough. That's sort of, it's okay and it's not okay at the same time. They're on one side of the road, there's about 40 acres there. They have about another 10 days there. I'm going to bring them in and dose them out tomorrow actually. They have about 10 days that side. Then they have probably a month on the other side, plus forage dry. But I'm going to keep the forage dry for the Wagyu males. There's 10 acres of forage dry there. I'm going to put the Wagyu bullocks down there for the winter on the forage dry there. Where else is there? Oh yeah, there's another place over the road then, and that won't be, that's a no-go for the winter, it's too wet. So that's where the Wagyu males are. There's only 20 of them there. I'd say they probably have a month to 5 weeks there. So look, if we could get 5 weeks, I'll get them till the middle of December, and out onto Forest Ride then, and hopefully back out onto grass, probably on the hill farm early February, because there is silage ground there that, as it stands, would be too wet to graze. But we may get it grazed, we may, but we will need 2-3 dry weeks. And you probably want, ideally in them places, they dry out quick but they get wet quick, so you'd be better off going in there with a big mob and get it grazed out really quick. But I'd like to get it grazed before Christmas if I could, because we just find, look, spring grazing, realistically in the spring you won't get in there till February, at the middle of February at the earliest. We got out of there like Paddy's Day last year, and the fields that were grazed up to Paddy's Day, no, I think it was the 1st of February, 1st of March, we came out of there, I think, and the silage yield off them was very poor compared to the ones that were grazed before Christmas. So look, we'll be aiming to get all them grazed before Christmas if we can. Maybe with the Wagyus, maybe there's at home, the group at home are the smallest males. The door over there, someone, sorry now. Wished up you. Are the smallest males, so look, we may leave them out as well. But there's a lot of juggling around, and look, come December, really we want to be winding down. But we're not too busy now at the moment, to be honest. When you don't have field work to do, even if you do have to check cattle, sure, you know, we try and get all the cattle fed first thing in the morning when we're busy. But come this time of the year, if it goes on till lunchtime or 2 or 3 o'clock, it's not the end of the world. Once they're fed at the same time every day, once there isn't this big spread between when they're fed, it's grand. So even come Christmas time, like, should you know, if you're feeding, if you start at 10 o'clock feeding and you're finished at 3 o'clock and that's all you do for the day, so what about it? It makes no odds. There's no panic. You just sort of have to adjust your mindset as much as anything else, I suppose. So this is one of the fields of Forest Ride in the hill farm. This is the first one grazed. The gas slurry was grazed, but that's kicking on again. Loads of feed in there now, so you also get 2 or 3 weeks to efforts like that. I have a small worry that next spring we might be a bit tight on grass. The way things are going to fall now, we're going to be grazing a little bit later than I'd like. Probably going to be grazing a lot later than I'd like, and I think we're going to be out early, and we've more cattle to go to grass, a lot more cattle to go to grass next spring than we had this spring. So I think we might be a little bit tight, but we've a lot of reseeding done, so we shouldn't be too bad. But my plan with the forage rye is obviously to stop it, have it stopped by the 1st of February and cut it in April. If we need to graze that, we'll graze it. We won't cut it. We're not going to be short. We have silage, the same silage ground as we had this year. We're going to have extra maize, we're going to have extra beet. But look, we're trying to build up our stocks because we're getting the contract finishing business off the ground, and that sucks up a lot of feed. But if we need to, we are going to have the forage rye as an addition to what we actually need. So if we need to graze that, we will. So we'll play it by ear. One of the best things about the Swansea jacket, the hood goes on over my helmet. Right job on here. Come on, lad. The wet weather isn't affecting these boys anyway. It's just not, you saucy fecker. These are so we emptied this pen last day, and these lads were, well, he didn't go, he was always them. He hurt his hock, but he's after turned inside out. You're a saucy boy, aren't you? Bet him down now in a minute. So, yeah, they fly in that pen. Horse is done. Better get on, feed some cattle now. Second mix of the day on. This is the starter diet for the new cattle that came, but I'm actually going to put in one of the stoppers there now to slow it down a bit, just to help chop up the straw a bit better. So you can see the way it's just after slowing it down a tiny bit there. That's the stopper's in just there. That's enough now to just help it chop away better. We're road tripping in the Scania Beast. we got it going. Well, I didn't get it going. The mechanic got it going, but he reckons there's a solenoid or something on it. A solenoid on the pump, or I don't know, something along those lines. Anyway, that's getting stuck or something. So I'm just bringing it up to their garage now. Hopefully they'll get it going. We need it for tomorrow. Get some horses galloped, you know. It's actually the next morning now, so I'm sort of slightly cheating. But there's this new thing on YouTube. It's like hyped, and you see it there where the like button is for the video. You can say hype, and if you hype a video, it pushes it out to more people. It's sort of like better than liking it, something along those lines. I don't really follow it, but anyway, if you did like this video, please hype it, and more people might see it, and yeah, help the channel. The better the channel does, the better it is for everyone. I thought I'd have more interest in it, so that's it. So it's all the cheating now for today's video. See you again tomorrow. I'm just going to start tomorrow's one now in 2 seconds. Good luck.